Kane is a 1995 OTHS graduate that became an award-winning journalist and an award-winning documentary filmmaker. And he survived me as a director. Kane has traveled the world, and he has met and interviewed the world's great leaders. And he has done all of this to provide all of us with news. News that is not fake. Thank you so very much, Kane, and would all of you please join me now in welcoming Kane Farabaugh.
The length of my speech tonight is the subject of great interest among many people here. And Mike told me I needed to promise to keep it under an hour, so I'm going to try to do that tonight. I was thinking of some jokes that I could say here to sort of start off the night, or clever one-liners, you know, like it's better to be inducted than indicted. But I can't claim that one. That's my friend Mayor Bob Eschbach, who actually said that on this stage a couple of years ago when he was inducted. So while I'm plagiarizing the jokes, I assure you the rest of what I'm about to say is solely my own. Of all that I might have done in my life and my career, I can't really explain how thankful I am that it all started here. In fact, in many ways, right here on this stage. And I'm extremely appreciative for all of my teachers and educators that helped shape me, good and bad, on the up and down journey I had through these halls. It's not hyperbole for me to say this is sincerely one of the greatest honors of my life, and it is truly humbling and meaningful to me, more than I might ever be able to express in my comments here tonight. This honor means so much because while I was here, I realized and I fully admit I wasn't good at anything. Though I played soccer throughout my time at Ottawa High School, I was not a remarkable athlete. I didn't set any records or help our teams win a regional, sectional, or state championship. I was probably lucky I wasn't cut from the team. Even though I participated in extracurricular activities at Ottawa High School like music and plays and speech team, I was not a stellar musician, vocalist, or actor. And while I might have taken a few accelerated courses or AP classes, I was not a great student at all. I was not in the National Honor Society. I don't ever remember making the honor roll, and I walked across the Kingman gym floor to accept my diploma, I think, barely above a 2.5 grade point average. Despite being mediocre in almost everything I did here, a select few of my teachers here saw something in me I didn't see in myself. And they persisted. When I entered Harry Adrian's freshman English class my first day of school here, and he only had one freshman class each year, I didn't realize how fortunate I was then. And at first, I didn't take it seriously. Mr. Adrian actually once issued me a detention for not completing my homework assignments. I had never served a detention before, so I didn't know what I was supposed to do. So I actually missed the detention, and I was served notice that I had an in-school suspension as a result. I spent a day in the Learning Adjustment Center, or LAC, for ultimately not trying or applying myself in Mr. Adrian's class. He was unapologetic, and rightfully so. Only a few months later, I was offered a role in one of Sue Williamson's spring plays, my acting debut on the big stage here at Ottawa High School. It would not come to pass. However, as I could not get out of my own way, and I was dismissed from the spring play before I ever had a chance to perform the role. Those of you who know us probably think it might have been different in Roger Am's choir room, right? Well, Mr. Am not only had to kick me out of choir once, but 3 times. To this day, he'll admit no other student has had to leave his class more than I. I also had Ron Slack for psychology class. I'm pleased to say he never kicked me out of his room. I also had Lyle Gunther, who's here for algebra. He also didn't kick me out of his class. Also, another guy who never kicked me out of his class was Bill Myers, and that's because I never had him as a teacher, but I'm sure if I was in his class, he'd have kicked me out too. I was a real screw-up in my early days at OTHS. During those awkward teenage years, I felt lost and unsure about where to go, what to do, and how to do it in life. It wasn't easy, and my struggle was not unique. But despite all that I didn't do, and all that I took for granted, and all that I messed up, one thing that was important for me was to not miss school. While I might not have been good at much, during my 4 years at OTHS, I only missed 2 days, one serving that in-school suspension, and the other one to attend my uncle's wedding. So, enough to mess up perfect attendance, of course. I might not have been good at anything while I was here, but I sure loved being an Ottawa Pirate. I might have been unsure about where I was supposed to go in life and what I was supposed to do, but here in these halls, I knew I wasn't alone. At basketball games, football games, plays, concerts, and yes, even in Grace Reichardt's typing class and Beverly Venisi's algebra classes, it was better to be present than not be here at all. I didn't want to miss a minute of any of it. Despite being a screw-up, for some reason, I still felt like I belonged here. And then somewhere along the line, something clicked. After courses in Sue Williamson's speech class, by my senior year, I found myself back on this very stage in not one, but 2 plays she directed, and I also had a speech team state championship finish with my friend Rich Forensic under her direction, along with Mr. Steve Johnson. I not only returned to Roger Am's choir room after being kicked out again and again, but I also performed in show choir and musicals and participated in numerous solos, ensembles, and concerts under his direction. And after the fumbles of my freshman year in Harry Adrian's English class, I returned my senior year to take his advanced composition and great ideas courses. And through them came to a profound realization of what I wanted to do, where I needed to go, and why. Those 2 courses are 2 of the most transformational classes in my life. My awakening specifically happened somewhere in Harry Adrian's classroom at some point in my senior year, and life for me would not be the same ever after. Because of my marginal GPA, I was rejected to several film schools I applied to, and I ultimately never went to college to study journalism. Immediately after high school, given all the ups and downs, I felt joining the military was the right choice for me. That decision, after successfully becoming a military broadcaster, led me to the career I find myself in today as a television news reporter and documentary filmmaker. But I do what I do in the business of journalism, asking difficult questions to find an answer, writing, reasoning, and thinking critically, largely based on the instruction and through the inspiration and dynamic atmosphere I benefited from while in Mr. Adrian's classroom right here at OTHS. The confidence to appear in front of television cameras and to report in front of international audiences started right here on this very stage, appearing in Sue Williamson's plays and performing on her speech team. And applying what I know to do the best I can with whatever resources I have, and to try to enjoy what I do, and to do it professionally and to the best of my ability, and to embrace being a part of something larger than myself, and to try to be the kind, friendly, and helpful role model while doing it all, comes from being in Roger Am's choir classroom, on his performance stages, and under his direction. Not only was Roger Am a teacher, a mentor, and a role model, today it is an honor to say he's one of my best friends. And it's been the pinnacle of my professional career to collaborate with my old choir teacher on our successful historical television documentaries that have also highlighted Ottawa and Ottawa High School. I promised I wasn't going to get emotional, I'm sorry. All 3 of these teachers that kicked me out of their classes are all critical influences in my life and my career today. And I want to point out that they're all here tonight. Mrs. Williamson, Mr. Adrian, and Mr. Am. I want to personally acknowledge them for never giving up on me and for helping me become the journalist, community member, son, husband, and father I am today. I will never be able to thank you enough for all that you did for me and all that you mean to me. But I want you to know that I am profoundly grateful for the tools you gave me while I was at this high school that prepared me for and led me to the life that I have today. Those teachers didn't give up on me. They didn't toss me to the side and simply let me go. I was never destined to do great things when I was attending school here, and I might never have had success had I not crossed paths with these transformational teachers. And it's an important lesson I hope everyone understands. One interaction by one teacher can make a lifetime of difference in one student's life. I was lucky that I had 3 of them. I'm grateful that my parents and close friends could be here to share in this moment with me tonight. And I want to thank them for joining us and all of their support and help throughout my life and my career. Most of all, I want to thank my wife, Joanne, who through thick and thin is the rock in a stormy sea where the waves keep pounding the shore. I love her more than I can express, and my success in life is in no small measure because she is there next to me, helping prop me up and helping me to lead my best life. She picked up where my teachers and parents left off. I love her, and the honors I receive are her honors too. In all I've done and everywhere I've been, I am most proud to say I am an Ottawa Pirate. I'm excited to tell as many people as I can about the high school and community that shaped me. And my wife and I returned to live here about 12 years ago for no other reason than because of the experience I had growing up here, which so profoundly and positively affected me. I wanted my own children, my sons Ethan, Henry, and Lucas, who are here with us tonight, to have access to the opportunities and experiences this community and this high school afforded me. For the only greater honor for me than this one tonight is to one day proudly call my own sons Ottawa Pirates. Thank you to the Ottawa High School Educational Foundation, the selection committee, and the administration here at the school and the staff who prepare and host this event for honoring all of us here tonight, and congratulations to my fellow inductees.
Our 4th inductee.